Okay, in our first example here, we're given a 30, 60, 90 special right triangle, and we are given the side opposite of the 30-degree angle as 2, and we are asked to find the missing length x, which is opposite of the 90-degree angle. Okay? So, actually, the answer is x equals 4, right? I can look at it and tell, and you're like, why? Okay? Well, the answer is you need to set up ratios. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. All right. So let me show. So the reason why I did that was because I wanted you to see how important it is to know patterns or see patterns and use those patterns with the special right triangles, because it saves you time when you're working a test where you don't have to use the Pythagorean theorem and all that stuff. So let me show you what I did. And I did it in my head. So watch this. Okay, notice in our special right triangle, the side opposite of our 30-degree angle is 1. And the side opposite of our 90-degree angle is 2. Okay, so what we need to do is set up ratios. Okay, and a ratio is like, it's like an organized relationship between objects. So for instance, we have the side opposite of the 30-degree angle here, side opposite of the 30-degree angle here, side opposite of the 90, side opposite of the 90. See that pattern? So then what you do is you write it. So I want to put x over 2 here, okay? So that means the 90 opposite, 30 opposite. So let's do that over here. Set that equal to 90 opposite, which is 2, and 30 opposite, which is 1. So that's how you set up the ratio, and I did it in a pretty fast, simplified way. I'm assuming that you know basic math, okay? So, and if you don't, go check out my book at www.declaremath.com. You can see my book, my math book, for free on the website. Okay, so go check it out. Okay. Now, when we go ahead and quote unquote cross multiply, and I explain that also in my book, what's behind cross multiplication. It's not just magic. You get to know the math. When you do that, you get x times 1 is x, and 2 times 2 is 4, and that's how we got, well, I erased it, but that's how we got our first answer there. So that means that the side opposite of this 90-degree angle is 4. X is 4. Okay? So now, let's suppose we had this same similar setup, okay? And in fact, let's go ahead and take this off here. Okay, and suppose we're still given the side opposite of the 30-degree angle, but this time we're asked to find the side opposite of the 60-degree angle. Okay, so now what? Same thing. Set up your ratio. Okay, so here we have y over 2. Y, like, haha, she's not funny. The side opposite of the 60-degree angle is y, and the side opposite of the 30 is 2. So that means I'm going to also have 60 over 30 over here as well. So the side opposite of the 60 is square root of 3, and the side opposite of the 30 is 1. So once again, all we have to do is cross multiply. Y times 1 is y. 2 times the square root of 3 is going to be our answer for y, which is the side opposite of the 60-degree angle in our given triangle here, okay? And I do want to make a note that this is not the only way to set up your ratios. I like to set up where it's, I just do all of it at the same time over here, and then all of it at the same time over here. And you notice that you have your given triangle values over here, and you have your special right triangle values over here. But you can also have it going horizontal or lateral, as long as you're not getting everything all crisscrossed and mixed up and everything. Okay, so what I mean by that is we could have set it up where side opposite of 60 here is y, and then turned around and went over to this here and said side opposite over here of the 60 is square root of 3, and put that here, and then set that up equal to, and we have to be careful, we have to have the given triangle here at the top. So then we have 2 here, okay, which is the side opposite of the 30, and then over here, the side opposite of the 30 is 1. And so when you cross multiply, notice again you get the same value that you did before. Y equals 2 times the square root of 3. Okay? So now, let's wrap the 30, 60, 90 ratio up and show essentially what we did, okay, to make it really come home. Okay, and I probably should not have erased my triangle, but I did, and so now everyone gets to laugh at my non-straight lines that I'm always drawing all the time, and I have the nerve to teach geometry. But anyway, okay, all right, I'll stop rambling. Okay, all right. So we had 30 degrees here, 60 degrees here, and notice here we have 1, 2, square root of 3. And earlier in the problem that I erased, we had x here, we had y here, and we had 2 right here. So the value that we were given was 2, okay? And that was opposite of our 30-degree angle here. But in this case, it's not going to matter because what we essentially did was multiply this side by 2, right? Well, what you do for one side of the equation, you have to do for the other side of the equation. So, if I'm going to multiply this side by 2, I have to multiply this side by 2, I have to multiply this side by 2, okay? Just multiplying by 2 all over the place, just doubling, honey, okay? So anyway, so that's what we did. So notice when we do all of this, we end up with a final triangle, if I can hurry and draw it, of side 2 here, side here is 4, and this side here is 2 times the square root of 3. So that's the relationship between the special right triangle and our given right triangle, okay? All right, next we're going to play with the 45, 45, 90, okay? Stay tuned.